Hi guys, what's up? Merry Christmas from my side. It was an incredible year. I just would like to thank you all and wish you Merry Christmas. I started YouTube as a hobby and see how it will develop eventually, and received a tremendous amount of positive feedback. I just wanted to thank you for your support, and it was an amazing year. I wish you well. I wish you a happy Merry Christmas. Enjoy the time of the year with beloved ones and family, and whoever you have, take some time to rest and to relax. Merry Christmas, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. So today I'm going to cover a topic that has been bothering me for a long time, and that is because most people don't understand what it really is, or because the media or square-minded individuals are writing all sorts of confusing and misleading things which are either wrong and or stupid, showing their lack of understanding. In this video I will clean up on the most widely known Bitcoin and blockchain myth falsely being spread out there. Common and general knowledge is that Bitcoin is the first, oldest and most widely known blockchain / cryptocurrency out there. Never has been hacked, and the blockchain is very stable. Also, it is a decentralized and public peer-to-peer network without any individual or institutions behind it controlling it, unless ownership stake is more than 50%, which is nearly impossible or practically unlikely. It is limited to 21 million coins, which means it is based on a deflationary system. Therefore, you could really argue it's monetary payment use, because why would anyone spend something that is potentially or more likely worth more tomorrow than today? But that's really a different topic, so let's stay focused here. Bitcoin is based on a cryptopian algorithm. The last Bitcoin will be mined in 2140. Around every 10 minutes, one block is generated, and the finder currently receives 12.5 Bitcoin for finding this block. But due to the halving, the block size is halved approximately every 4 years, and the next time is expected to be in May 2020, which is next year. Bitcoin is a direct response to the latest banking-based financial crisis in 2008 due to the lost trust by the public and individuals into financial firms, systems and the government. No one, no corporation, no government or institution controls Bitcoin. It is a decentralized network for payments, transfer and storage of value, completely neutral. Having said that, the basics, starting with my myth number 1. Bitcoin destroys the environment with its hunger for energy and power. From whom are these statements coming from exactly? From large corporations, institutions and individuals creating incredible amounts of waste and trash, dumping it into lakes and water? From CEOs sitting in their skyscrapers, operating thousands of lights, air conditioners, heating oil, water and more? Or just from the politicians who are flying around in jets and wasting not only a large amount of energy, but especially money? So let's get this straight. In order for Bitcoin mining to happen, especially at nowadays difficulty levels, this is true, quite some electricity and energy is required. Therefore, in order for miners to be profitable in mining, they are obviously looking at where to get the cheapest energy available anywhere in the world. This leads to the circumstance that individuals and firms mining for Bitcoin have changed completely to renewable energies into the farthest corners of this earth. According to the Bitcoin Mining Network report from June 2019, around 74% is a conservative estimate of a renewable energy source for mining. That is because it is the cheapest. But not only that, this way miners invest money locally, create jobs, and are looking to promote innovation by constantly finding better ways to drive down energy prices while at the same time being neutral on climate. Now, compare this to the huge financial, banking and government institutions operating and using non-renewable energy in our system, and you have a clear statement on this myth. Number 2. Bitcoin is only for criminals regarding the use of drugs, weapons, money laundering, terrorism, child pornography and many more. Well, reality looks different. Given several studies on criminality and money involved, FBI, Europol, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime Office, around 2 trillion USD per year are guessed to be money laundered and therefore derived from illegal activities. Per year, there are more than 2 trillion USD earned via illegal activity in our system and our financial system with currency. This is only a guess. with real numbers being potentially way higher than this. Comparing this now to the overall current cryptocurrency market, in December 2019, the overall market value does not even reach 200 billion USD. Also, think about how much money banks had to pay in the last decade for fraud. Several hundred billions easily. Given Bitcoin is 100% transparent and visible for everyone, even though there are ways to protect your privacy, do you really think it is a good way of organizing your criminal activity, as you could do otherwise anonymously with cash? I think the answer is clear. This brings me to the next myth. Bitcoin is completely anonymously. It is not, at least not 100% as you might think. I mean, it will not reveal any personal data. The blockchain Bitcoin operates on is public, but anyone can see 100% of all the transactions and follow it back to the original first block. Respective queries of transactions are therefore 100% transparent, linked to all the public keys. The public keys are like a bank account number, with the person holding the private key being classified as the bank account owner with access to it. So Bitcoin is anonymously in the person of the account behind it. However, all transactions and accounts are visible. Therefore, Bitcoin is sort of pseudo-anonymous. Number 4. Satoshi Nakamoto is not real and an organization created Bitcoin secretly. If Bitcoin was not created by an individual or a group of individual visionists, but instead of a central, secret and or government organization, then why in the world publish an open source, decentralized and irrevocable protocol system without the possibility of controlling it? Doesn't make any sense, right? Bitcoin is not controlled by anyone. There are no backdoors as confirmed by various developer portals and programmers involved. However, we will never know for sure how and by whom Bitcoin was created. But if it really has been introduced by government or other groups or institutions, they must have clearly lost control over this money experiment. Number 5. Nowadays it is not worth anymore to mine Bitcoin given high mining costs, energy and hardware equipment. This depends on the price of energy used per Bitcoin and the current price of Bitcoin. Looking at cheap renewable energy solutions and innovations, mining can be very cheap given the right hardware. Even though Bitcoin price is quite volatile, it can still be very profitable to mine. It really depends on the individual cost input, profit output case. So the myth is clearly declassified. This brings me to the next point. Bitcoin is the one and only cash-free society enabler. Nah, this is definitely not true, as PayPal, MasterCard, Visa and many other payment service providers have been around for a long time, and all vastly long before Bitcoin. So Bitcoin definitely further accelerates a cash-free society, but it was not the first and main reason for the unavoidable path to being cashless. Number 7. Without electricity, Bitcoin does not work and function. The Bitcoin network is not influenced by a local or regional or national electricity shock. In case of an international energy shock, this might hold true as no internet works. As long as only one computer or notebook is linked to the network, it will keep working. Banks and money in your accounts, on the other hand, will be completely erased. However, in the case of a global power shock with Bitcoin not working, I think you have way bigger problems, like lights not working, transactions not going through, maybe not having some food or shelter, and maybe we even have war-like anarchism atmosphere out on the streets. There's a shimmer in the light. Bitcoin transactions can be executed as well via radio wavelength. Number 8. Bitcoin is slow. It is true that Bitcoin had some scalability problems due to the limited rate of transactions per second the network can process. Therefore, it was hard forked. According to Towards Data Science article on blockchain scalability, Bitcoin can process around 5 transactions per second, whereas the Visa payment scheme does like around 2000 or 1800 per second. However, comparing a Bitcoin transaction of 15 to 20 minutes until received to a domestic and international bank wire transfer, I believe that Bitcoin is quite fast. Next myth. Bitcoin is expensive. According to Hashcash consultants and the advantages of Bitcoin transactions over credit cards, the transaction cost when payments are made through Bitcoin is less than 1%, which is much lesser than the transaction cost of credit card payments. The cost of transactions when paid through credit cards are approximately 3 to 5%. And that was stated in July last year, 2018, with more time pressing forward, pressing down the Bitcoin transaction fees. This brings me to my last point, myth number 10. Bitcoin is worthless, scam and super risky. Warren Buffett once said, value is what you get, price is what you pay. For someone without a bank account possibility, storing value or making international, worldwide and almost instant transactions for a relatively small fee has definitely some value. Not to mention the individual value of the individual considerer. Well, so that's it. I hope I could straighten out on some of these nasty myths. I'm sure there are many more myths out there. Please let me know if you have other myths in mind or if you like my ideas and the myth I've stated here. I wish you all well and Merry Christmas again and all the thanks for the support. Peace out. Bye bye. Jingle bells, jingle bells.